Hello, and welcome to GTS Business Conference 2017. I'm Pet McDonald from Watch It Played, and I'm joined by...
I'm Sean Lashgary from Ultra Pro Entertainment.
Awesome, and you brought a couple of games to show me today.
We have 3 great games that all play differently.
Okay, which one are we going to look at first?
So first we're going to look at Zircles.
All right.
This is a really special product. As you can see, there's just a box with it, but it is a travel magnetic game. So let's go ahead and open it up, and you unfold the box, and there it is.
Yeah, we've already got this set up a little bit too.
You actually have 2 to 4 players. So as we can see out here on the table, we've broken out the pieces and the scoring markers. So there's 48 pieces total.
Yep.
There's going to be 12 for each player. So they're all the same. Everyone gets the same exact pieces. Basically, each player takes a turn laying a piece down. The goal in this game is to, as each player plays a colored piece of any type that they want, we're trying to form what's called a zircle. And that's basically a circle that comes together with the geometric shapes.
Okay.
So when that happens, that player scores it with his score marker, which is worth 10 points, and then I get to go again. So in some cases, though, my next move, which is this one, let's say I played this green piece here, actually gives me another, if I was you, gives me another score. And then I would play another piece somewhere else. I cannot play the same colored piece on the same side. So that is an illegal move. But what I can do is that I can share a point with that piece. So it's really simple. That's the rules of the game, okay? And then everything that is left in someone's hand, those pieces count against you. The bigger the piece, the more it counts against you. This will be out for Q4. So the next fun game is Fetch, and it's a really unique tile game. So as the name Fetch goes, we have 4 animals. And as you can see, each of those animals has a home.
Yep.
And as players, we take a side placing where our home is after we set up the 4x4 grid. They're gonna be fetching their treats around the board in the other animals' homes, and then they're gonna be trying to get back home the fastest. So the first part is you roll your dice, and there are columns you can pick out how you want it to go. Either start from one corner, and it's row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically when you roll it, you get to do one of 2 things. I can rotate a row, which basically I can turn the tiles in a row one way, okay?
Does it have to be all the tiles?
All the tiles turn one way. Or I can shift the row, depending on what that row is. So if I rolled, let's say, a 1, I would be affecting column 1 and row 1. Now I can also shift the tiles. So I can shift from either end by picking this up, moving these down, and putting that one there. So I can rotate or shift. After that, I get 1 tile that I can rotate if I want anywhere on the board. So if I want to help myself out, then I'm wanting to move a particular way, I can rotate any tile in front of, let's say that was my home. Now your animal gets to move up to 2 spaces. So every home, of course, has an arrow that leads out. I have to follow the arrows, not to the other tile, but to the tile that I'm on, tells me which way I can go. So in this example, I have no arrows to right or left on this tile. So if I go out here, that's 1. I have to go here, that's 2.
Okay.
And that's basically how it's going to go for other players. They're going to be doing the same thing, moving around the board. And let's kind of just make an example. I'm over here, and the cat's coming, out on this side. So as you're playing, though, those animals that are on the rows or columns, when you roll a number, if it happens to be that row, now you'll be able to shift and move these animals around and rotate it to make it harder for your opponent.
Oh, so if you were to shift that row, the pug shifts with it.
The pug would be on that side, exactly. So if I'm trying to get here and get my bone, and as soon as I get my little dog treat, I just put it on the side where I'm at. And I'm going around trying to collect the other ones, and let's just say I had that, and then I collected this one, so I have my 3 treats, and I get home, and then I win.
All right, and one more to look at, Battle Kittens.
Battle Kittens. So Battle Kittens is a light card drafting game, okay? And as you can see out here, we've kind of set up the board or the play space for players. There was this mythical kingdom some time ago, and ruled by a king, and he has 3 noble cats. And when the fish come into the harbor, we send out our Battle Kittens to do battle and to gain victory points, in this case, which are victory fish tokens.
Victory fish.
So the object is we're going to play 3 rounds, and whoever has the most fish at the end of 3 rounds wins the game. Now, how do we do that? Well, first we have the battlegrounds. And as you can see, they have a first, second, and third place victory condition, and those award you how many fish tokens you're going to get.
And they're different on each of these locations. Like this is a pretty even balance, but this is, you get third place, you get nothing.
Exactly. So along the way, when we're setting up this board, you're going to have 3 battlegrounds. Now, each kitten or each card basically has 4 attributes on it, and they have an allegiance with their color on each of the cards or their background. As we're drafting and as we're putting our kittens together, we're going to be putting kittens on all of the battlegrounds.
Yep.
So we would start off with player 1, and if I added up my points, I would have 3 for cuteness. Maybe you add up yours and you have 4 for cuteness.
So those are in the arena.
Those would be for the arena.
Let me just grab a couple. Oh, I got some really cute ones here. So there we go. I'd actually have 6
You'd
cuteness.
actually have 6. We, as we're done drafting, we would reveal the last battleground and the last agility. So after we've drafted our 7 and we have our new kittens, so we know that there's 2 abilities, and we're kind of in our mind scheming on how we're going to play it, but we kind of have to take a guess a little bit of what that 4th one's going to be, because we don't know if it's going to be agility or wisdom. So you kind of have a little bit. So once we're done drafting in our hands, so if these were my cards, now I am deciding what do I want to do, how I'm going to play it. So the rule is I have to have at least 1 battle kitten for each of the battlegrounds that are out there.
Okay, but you could do more.
Well, you're going to. So we have 7 cards. So I'm just saying you have 1, 1, and 1, but I could have 3, 2, and 2. So I could have, if I have 7, thank you very much. So I can do in any order that I know that I'm trying to win maybe 1 or 2 of those. Some of the cards, as you can see, have special abilities, and this is what this reference card tells you, is that there are 4 special attributes. You have a flag on one. So let's say this was my pile right here for my first one.
Yep.
So if this was my first pile, if I have the flag, I get an extra point to all my attributes for every color that I share in that allegiance. We also have a card that has a crown on it. This means that I get to go to the king deck and I get to pull a card and I get to play it on this card. On the card that has the crown.
Oh, I see. And so it kind of gives an extra little boost there.
Well, here's the thing. As we know in real life, there are good kings and there are not some good kings, right, through history. There could be good, you get to gain 1 fish token here, but there are some cards in here, and I'll pull one out, that this one has -1 to all stats. Cats that have a yarn ball on them mean I get to go to the deck, the kitten deck, and grab that kitten, and I get to add him automatically to my squad.
Oh.
So that's kind of your booster right there. So that card can either give you extra points if it has it for that special attribute, or if it does have one of the other symbols on there, like another yarn or a ball or a crown, I can keep drawing those cards.
So you can draw like 4 or 5 yarn cards in a row.
I mean, it's happened. I've seen it. But that's bad shuffling. No, I'm just kidding. So if that was your hand, let's say, and we finished all of that drawing, and that was for cuteness, we were all tied. Whoever holds the tiebreaker gets the first place points for that. After we're done with this first round, we remove these. We then reshuffle and we do it again.
Okay.
So you play 3 rounds to gain as many fish tokens to win the game.
Well, thanks for showing me all these games.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If anyone has any questions about any of what you've seen here, ask in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Pep. Appreciate it, sir.